Yeah, so just to finish off the video, this is part 2. I pressed the wrong button and the bloody thing stopped. So Rupert Lowe, he's a multi-millionaire. He was in the Tory party for many years, I do believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that is the case. You know, he was in Reform only a year ago, and a lot of these people, they was all in Reform a year ago, and proper nationalists were telling people from early on that Reform is a complete joke. They're an establishment party, and so yeah, it just seems to me it's a bit weird. Like the 3 people we've got to choose from is at the moment it's like Nigel Farage, Rupert Lowe, or Ben Habib, all multi-millionaires, and but you know, I might be wrong about Rupert Lowe. He might be a genuine guy, but you know, one of the things that he keeps saying is, you know, if you don't integrate into our country and you don't contribute and you don't learn English, you're not welcome. Well, hold on a minute, we don't want any more immigration, full stop. Why? Like, I've heard him say this multiple times, and I'll reiterate again, the first thing we need to do is stop giving out UK passports. We need to plug the hole of the sinking ship, yeah? Stop giving out UK passports forever. Not temporarily, not a moratorium, not a suspension, forever. It should never have happened in the first place. And Rupert Lowe, I've heard him say this multiple times, that he seems to be happy that some people come here and settle in, so, like if they've got money basically. So someone said the other day, oh yeah, it's like selling a passport for money sort of thing. So you're selling our identity basically. And you know, so what about like if a load of Japanese, wealthy Japanese, like 20,000 Japanese turned up with loads of money, they've given them passports, they've had kids, you know, then we have a financial crash and they haven't got any money at all, and then we're lumbered with these people. And there's so many examples you could give why you shouldn't give out permanent settlement, immigration and a passport to foreigners. You know, all these people, we want them deported, and it's incredibly difficult to get rid of them once they're here and they've had kids and all that. That's why we need to campaign to stop it, completely stop it. So, yeah. Also, the negatives is I've heard Rupert Lowe supporting Israel in the Middle East conflict. Now, anyone supporting Israel in that conflict, you're a globalist, because they are the people of the globalist dictatorship of the West. You know, NATO, or the British government, French government, even Trump now, he's a full-on Zionist globalist. So not only should we be opposing that because of the refugee repercussions that flood into Europe, but they're spending hundreds and hundreds of millions of pounds of British taxpayers' money on these conflicts. There's nothing to do with us in Gaza, in Syria. Now they're about to attack Iran. Rupert Lowe should be speaking out that our government shouldn't be involved. They've sent all our planes, everything. They're ready to go. They're going to be involved. They was involved with everything since October the 7th. Every single major battle, the British military have been involved, and we shouldn't be involved. They're not even asking us to spend our tax money on foreign conflicts, which represents globalism. So, yeah, that's one of the negatives. Another negative, which I already mentioned, was they're not registered with the Electoral Commission. You know, people have got all excited, but you know, we all know that it's not easy to get registered. It is possible, they probably will, but why didn't they wait until they got registered? Like, why? I don't understand why they done this announcement before they was registered. Also, what I mentioned earlier, we shouldn't be defending ourselves against politically correct words like fascist or Nazi. Just tell them we don't acknowledge this sort of language, or anti-white. Put them on the back foot. Also, another negative I've noticed is Rupert Lowe. They're all saying they want to stand in the parliamentaries in 2029. They're going to stand a full slate, right? Unless you're a household name and the public know you very well, you shouldn't be standing in parliamentary elections unless you hold at least half of the local seats within that parliamentary constituency. It's just not possible. You're just gonna get disappointed. It's a big waste of money. Your activists are gonna get disappointed. Everyone thinks, it's impossible, we can't win. You need to win locally first. And it's not our last chance, 2029. As long as there's millions of British people and we're still alive, we're always going to have a chance. And at the moment, I think there's about 50 million indigenous British people. So all this talk about, 2029 is our last chance. No, it's not. Right? We need to do it properly and make sure we win local seats first before we go into parliamentary elections. So that's about it, really. Also, we need to leave NATO. NATO are responsible for so much bad things in the world. They're the military arm of the anti-white globalist dictatorship. That's what NATO is, the military arm of the persecution of whites and Christians in the West. So anyone who supports NATO needs to do a bit of research and stop supporting them. We need Christian British nationalism. That's what we need. So that's my little analysis of Rupert Lowe, and lots of positives there, but also there is some negatives, and I hope Rupert Lowe watches my videos, or their team, and hopefully they might rectify some of them. So I'm on the fence still. We've got our party, we've got elections coming up. I'm standing in Camden. I'm going to get a good vote, that's for sure. So we've got to wait and see what happens after May. We're in talks with having a merge with 3 other parties, but we had those discussions before the Rupert Lowe announcement, so that's changed things a little bit. But as I say, I'm not jumping into nothing, and I'm out on the campaign trail today, looking forward to the elections. Weather's getting better. So yeah, that's it really. Pat McGuinness, Christ is King. Thank you very much.